Hi, I'm Meredith Curtis with Powerline Productions. I write curriculum and I am a publisher, co-publisher with my friend Lauren Olette, and I love homeschooling. And I homeschooled all five of my children. And then I stayed in the homeschool world by teaching in co-ops, by creating resources. And of course, I'm teaching online at True North Homeschool Academy. You can visit me at powerlineprod.com. And today I want to talk to you about raising men to lead. And if you're a guy right now and you're listening to this, I just want to say, I'm so sorry. You're getting so many mixed messages from our culture. You're told to lead strong, and then you're told to back away. And, you're told to find your feminine side, and then you're told to man up. And it's very confusing right now for you. And one of the things that I felt that way as my son was in high school, and my husband and I, we wanted to teach him to be a leader because we knew God calls him to lead his home. And we wanted to see him be able to lead strong, but lead in a right way. And we know there's a difference between what the Bible calls godly leadership and what the world calls strong leadership. They're a little bit different. There's some overlap, but they're a little bit different. So anyway, for my husband and I, when we got married a long time ago. We knew some things from our parents. Our parents were awesome and they did things so well. And we kind of absorbed some of those things. Other things we just picked up along the way from other people, but some things we really had to learn the hard way, like how to manage money and just some real challenges. And so when our children were getting to the age where they were, getting into high school, we said, let's create some life skill classes for them that really are life skills, like how to manage yourself and how to grow in the Lord and how to manage money and how to have a good marriage and how to have good friendships. And one of the things that we created for my son, Jimmy, was this course, leadership. It's called Real Men 103 Leadership. So the girls' classes are called God's Girls, and the guys' classes are called Real Men. So there's 4 Real Men classes, and there's seven God's Girls classes. It's just that I had more daughters, and so we ended up creating more and different things. But this Real Men leadership class, I do want to tell you about it because you don't have to buy my course. You don't have to use it with your son, or if you're a young man, you don't have to use my course. But I want to tell you what we do, because you can do that yourself or you can use the course. So the first thing we do is it's centered on, of course, the Bible. So we have some Bible study, we have some Bible memory that lasts throughout the year. And the second thing is guys meet with their dad. Now, some of you are listening and you say, I don't have a dad, or moms, you're saying, I'm a single mom. Okay, so what I would encourage you to do is pray for a mentor. It doesn't have to be a dad, but it needs to be a godly man who cares about you. And if there's no one in your life right now, I believe God would want to give that to you. And so meeting with another man is a really special thing for a young man. And I don't know if you've ever done it, if you're a young man and you're listening, but there's something really special that happens in bonding as men meet together and an older man imparts things to a younger man. So then there's books to read, living books on leadership, and a lot of them are written by someone I really, really like. His name is John Maxwell, and he writes a lot about biblical leadership. So he writes about having a servant heart and really caring for people. And he's so practical and yet keeps the eye on the prize, which of course we all want to lead for the glory of God. So we read some of those books, and then you actually do hands-on leadership training. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you take my course, Real Men 103 Leadership, you will actually lead a team to finish a project. You will plan and host a game night at your house for your friends or your family or your siblings, whatever you want. You will plan an event, a large event, and there's tips on how to work that out so you can do that. and you will plan and lead a Bible study for a small group. So all those are different leadership areas, and it's great if you can have the practice. And one of the things I tried to do, not just with my sons, but with my daughters, was give them opportunities to lead, give them opportunities to teach, give them opportunities to get the ball rolling in a situation. Because, a leader is an influencer, a leader influences people. And I think for right now in our culture, it's challenging for a guy to know, how can I be a godly man and how can I influence people in the right way? And so that's where Real Men 103 Godly Manhood comes in, because it's an opportunity for men to learn in a really practical way what the Bible says, what their mentor says, what some really good living books on leadership say, and then have some practical hands-on experience. So if that sounds interesting to you, and by the way, some of the topics we cover in the course are problem solving, which if you're a leader, you solve a lot of problems. Conflict resolution, if you're a leader, you deal with a lot of conflict resolution. So there's a lot of practical things that we also talk about in the course. I hope that you will consider Real Men 103 Leadership. My husband and I had such a great time putting it together, and I hope you will have a great time going through it. Whatever you do, though, if you're a young guy and you're listening, or if you're a mom, whether you have a husband or not, you're called to raise your son to be a leader, and young men, you're called to be leaders, and God will give you the grace to do that. And I really encourage you to ask God to put some godly men in your life who can teach you so much about leadership. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. God bless you and have an amazing summer.